Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd do InsidiousSwede's Manga Tag. If you haven't checked out his original video, I'll link it below, so definitely go check that out if you haven't already. And I'll just get right into it. So the first question is, a manga series that was better than I expected, and I chose Scumbag Loser. This is a 3-in-1 complete series, and I was expecting to really like this because I do like psychological thriller, kind of twisted stories, but I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It is very dark and twisted, but I was almost crying at the end of it because of um, how I interpreted the message of the story. It really hit me hard. I don't think this is a story for everybody. It's quite disturbing and very dark, and deals with topics that some people don't like to read about. So, but if you are into psychological thrillers, this is definitely something you want to check out. This one was a lot better than I expected it to be. So the next question is my favorite character possession. This took me a while. I don't actually have a manga or anime or anything picture of it, but I do have an old calendar. It's an Inuyasha character, and I have an Inuyasha calendar from like 2011. This is Kagura, and she has this fan, which, if I remember correctly, is her weapon, and she uses it and does like these wind slicing kind of attacks. I can't really get the whole thing in the frame because it's a calendar, but this is Kagura, and I'd say probably her fan is my favorite possession, character possession. Yeah. The next question is a completed manga series that I wish was longer. So I chose Sleepless Nights. This is a yaoi one-shot story. I read this and really, really liked it. I wish this was at least a 2-volume series just because I loved the characters. The story was great, but it felt rushed, as many one-shot yaois do, because they don't have enough time really to expand the characters and the story. And I think that if this had 2 volumes, it could have been even better than it was. I just fell in love with the characters in this one and really wish that there was more to it. So I wish that this Sleepless Nights was longer. The next question is my favorite Immortal character. And I chose Evangeline from Negima. She's on the back here, very small picture of her. So I also have a picture in here. When I read Negima, I read the whole series, and I read it quite a few years ago, but she's right there. Evangeline has always been one of my favorite characters. There's a lot of characters in Negima, and I love most of them, but Evangeline was always very funny to me. The way her and Negi interacted with each other, I found very comical, and I just found her to be a really charming character. She's a vampire, so she's definitely immortal. The next question is a manga I want published in English and a specific release type. And I have 2. I would say Dokyusei, or Classmates, by Nakamura Asumiko. As far as I can tell, this has been released by Digital Manga Publishing, as an online thing, but there's no physical release of it in English, and I would really, really like a physical release of it. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a I guess technically Shounen Ai series, and it's just a really sweet story about these 2 male classmates who fall for each other and are trying to figure themselves out and whatever. But it was really sweet. And the other one is ACCA, ACCA, 13 Territory Inspection Department, by Natsume Ono. And the anime series just ended, and I really loved it, and I'd love to see the manga. And the release, same answer as InsidiousSwede. Flowers of Evil is like a small kind of handheld release, and this is my favorite release publication. This is by Vertical. Ajin is the same kind of thing. It's a small handheld release that's just really, really nice, and I think it would fit Dokusei and Aka very well if they were released in English like that. Next question is my favorite current Shonen Jump series. I don't really have one, to be honest. So this is an ongoing current Shonen Jump series that I'm really enjoying right now. I got this from the library. It's World Trigger Volume 1. I finished this. I enjoyed it. As far as I can tell, this series has just been put on hiatus. I don't know if it counts as an ongoing series, but and I know I've heard that this is not very good later on in the story, but I read the first volume and I enjoyed it, so I guess this is my answer for that question. The next question is my favorite first volume. I had to think about this one as well, and I decided to pick Ikigami, The Ultimate Limit. This first volume is just, like, the art is fantastic. It's fantastic in all of them, but it just really pulled me in. The story, it's about kind of a society where 1 in 1,000 people between the ages of 18 and 25, I think, or something, they're chosen to die just so that everybody else will appreciate life more. Every first grader is injected with a substance, and 1 in 1,000 of those injections are poison that will release when they're between the ages of 18 and 25. I found this randomly. I'd never heard of it before. I found the first 3 volumes at a used bookstore and just bought them, and this first volume really captivated me. So I think it was an amazing first volume. And 2 underappreciated manga, I'd still say Ikigami, The Ultimate Limit. I don't see enough people, at least on YouTube, with this on their shelf, and I've never heard of it before I found it, so I think it's definitely underappreciated for what the art is and everything. And the other one I chose was Shugo Kyara. I'm pretty sure this one's well known and everything, but I, again, don't see a lot of people with it on their shelf, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I just think that this series, the characters are so fun, the colors are great, the art is it's not bad, it's pretty cute, and I just think that this series doesn't get talked about enough because I think it's fantastic. And the next question is manga I want to see in full color. Now, one of my favorite manga series ever is We Were There by Yuki Obata. And this is, I love all the covers for all 16 of the volumes. They're just gorgeous. And the art is very kind of simple and just sweet. It gets much better as the volumes go on. I picked volume 4 to show you guys because it is kind of, this is the in-between phase of like where the art's kind of okay, getting better, but by the end it's really pretty. And I think if this was in full color, it would just be a really pretty kind of pastel, watercolor kind of series. Pretty much like the anime series is very muted kind of watercolor tones. And I think that the manga would be really pretty if it was in full color. And the final question is an ideal mangaka collab. So I chose for the writer Yugo Narita, who is a light novel author actually, and he's the creator of Durarara and Bakano, sorry. And I think that his stories are so cool and fun. And one of my favorite artists is Shuzo Oshimi, who does Happiness and Flowers of Evil, which I showed you volume 11 of earlier there. His art is fantastic, and I think that if Yugo Narita wrote a really cool story and Shuzo Oshimi drew the characters, I think it could be really cool. I know that Durarara was adapted into a manga, but I really, maybe I'm alone in this. I don't really like the art style of Durarara. I think the characters look a little strange, like it's a weird kind of angular faces and things like that. I don't think it's bad. It just surprised me when I bought it after watching the anime. I wasn't really a fan of the character design, so I think that um, getting someone like Shuzo Oshimi to draw a series that the creator of this wrote would be really cool. So that is the end of the tag. So like I said, go check out InsidiousSwede's original video. I'll link it below. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about any of the manga that I showed here, I own all of these except for World Trigger, which I got from the library. Um, yeah, if you want me to do any reviews on any of these series, then just let me know. Thanks again for watching. See ya.